Hi everyone, just a quick warning. This is gonna get a little bit sweary. So if you don't like swear words or righteous anger, you might want to turn off now. First off, I wrote an editorial in which I asked the question, is Grand Theft Auto 5 sexist? And it was wrapped in compliment after compliment towards the game as a whole, and there was constant glowing praise. And I used one specific example of sexism, a quest on which Franklin basically helps this paparazzo dude shame a woman, a female movie star, because she's in a limo, which is her own private property, and she's having sex. And the game seems to treat that sexual activity as a sort of shameful thing. And I said the depiction of women in the game really grated on me. And I got annoyed that in a sandbox game where I can choose what to wear and what haircut to have and whether I want to play golf or go and drown myself in a particularly well-rendered picturesque ocean, I still can't choose whether or not to be a sexist arsehole. And that was an issue for me. And the overwhelming response to my complaint was, well, it's a game, and that's the way games are, and it's a Grand Theft Auto game, and if you don't like it, don't play it. You can kill people in the game, so what if it's a bit sexist? That was the basic complaint. Firstly, yes, dickhead, it's a game, and gaming is an art form, and if you don't criticize art, then what's the fucking point of having art? You know, critically. And I'm a game critic. It's in my job description. I'm meant to critique things. Secondly, saying it's just GTA emphasizes my point. Gaming culture is wonderful, but it's also riddled with this endemic, deep-seated culture of frat boy bro gamers who, like I said in the article, when they're writing, they tend to fall back on lazy tropes in regards to race and religion and gender when they're not totally 100% focused on the direction of the plot. Now, a game isn't like a movie where there's one person, or maybe two or three, sitting there in a room writing the one thing and editing and drafting and re-editing. A game gets doled out to like a team of writers who have hundreds of different priorities and deadlines, and they're just buzzing around in their heads. And even if this wasn't the case in GTA, if it was just like one person sitting in front of a computer, that's almost worse. That means it's one person's fault that all the women in this game are depicted as like either harpies or shrill new age idiots or prostitutes or sluts, a word that is thrown around way too often. And look, given that roughly 46% of gamers are women, that's kind of a dick move. And it's ignorant and fucking backwards to defend a lazy, stupid portrayal of women, and a crippling deficit of solid female characters in the game based on the it's GTA, shut your mouth argument, which is all I'm getting. If we adopted that fucking mentality, we'd never have created fucking vaccines for diseases, because diseases have always killed people, and that's just the way it's been, so why update our thinking? Also, I would like to point out that I concluded my editorial, an editorial, which is someone's opinion, mind you, with this paragraph. So yes, the game is superb. It really is. I just feel it's important to discuss the things about it that are holding it back. We're at a crucial turning point in terms of gaming and gender politics. If we can iron out the last grotty vestiges of backward thinking in games as bewilderingly vast and wonderful as this one, just imagine what gaming could become. Did you hear that? I said superb and bewilderingly vast and wonderful. So I can criticize graphics apparently, and I can heckle gameplay, and I can shit on a game for being too short or being overpriced, but I bring up an actual issue that affects actual people, a lot of them mind you, and you all flip your shit without providing a single valid point contradicting me beyond variations, wordy variations, on the phrase shut up. Now, to those people who got really angry and indignant at my article, which very politely claimed that Grand Theft Auto 5 just might happen to be a bit sexist, which academically it is, and I'd love to see someone present an actual argument that explained how the portrayal of women in the game is not sexist, I see the way women are depicted in games as a problem. And that's my opinion, and you read it in an editorial, which I wrote, and an editorial is, by the way, nothing more than a fucking opinion. You see, sexism in gaming is a problem. It's a monumental problem, and if you don't think it is, consider this. I'm a male who wrote this piece, this very tame piece. If a woman wrote this, and hundreds of incredible women do write about games every day, and they write very well, I would be crucified. The ugly, idiotic, lazy abuse flung at the fairer sex is shameful, and you should be ashamed of it, and we all should be. And in this case, people are defending Rockstar's right to portray women in a negative light, which basically means that they don't care about the portrayal of women. It's as simple as that. Because if they did, if it was something that was directly affecting them, they would be very upset. And in a way, it is directly affecting them, because they don't like seeing women portrayed on an equal footing. Let me give you a very extreme example, because I'm wired. If I had my family mown down by bullets, I would find this game personally abhorrent. Thankfully, I live in a country where that never happens, but I do live in a country, as we all do, and in fact in a world where women are treated like objects. Not all the time, but quite often. And they're shouted down for taking umbrage with their depiction in a work of escapism. See, that's the thing about escapism, and that's the thing about fiction, and that's the thing about gaming. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you, it belongs to everyone, so we have to take into account everyone's problems. You're speaking from a position of rarefied privilege. You're annoyed we're even talking about sexism, that's what's making you angry, which is bizarre, and it's childish. I mean, the sexism in the game bothered me, and I wrote about it, and I'm not going to apologize for that, and I'm not even directly affected by that shit, even 1% as badly as women are. I know that. What I'm doing is called empathizing. What you want to do occasionally is try empathizing with other people, seeing how they feel, it helps your complexion, and it lets you sleep at night. I'm really sorry this went on so long. I'm really angry. Now you know what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go right over there behind where this is filming from, and I'm going to play some Grand Theft Auto 5. Because it's possible to criticize something and still enjoy the parts that didn't offend you. Because right now, I'm less offended by the game, which is superb by the way, and I'm more offended by you. Not you, you're lovely, the guy behind you.